heterosexual, femme, fat, Southern black woman. Emphasis on the Southern, especially when we drink. And I work as a public speaker. I do some modeling. Burlesque is a big part of my work, and writing. And I feel that these things are, and I also do a lot of like conventions sometimes. Like I like to infiltrate convention spaces where there are not a lot of women or people of color or fat people, and then make myself indispensable, and then say, why am I the only one here that looks like me? You know, I'm a big geek, so sci-fi fantasy conventions are my main target. Yeah, we were talking about this, like, who can I cosplay? I can't keep being Zecora. Yeah, so it's that. Also, as a burlesque performer, I take my clothes off in public twice a week, somewhere in San Francisco or Oakland. I get down to a thong, and sometimes I do or do not wear fishnets. I go down to a thong and pasty. I do not wear a corset. I do not wear a girdle. You're going to get the fat jiggling in your face. And I am trying to work with the word fat. And it's like I tell people, oh, I'm fat. And they're like, no, you're not, sweetie. I'm like, what am I? And I'm like, fat is not a negative word. And so many people, when I say, well, I'm fat, I need this because, you know, I'm fat. They'll say, don't talk bad about you. It's a descriptive word. I'm not. I'm trying to reclaim fat I'm trying to reclaim the hyphenated fat. So it's like, fat does not mean fat and stupid, fat and ugly, fat and lazy. So I'm trying to reclaim that space. And I had lots of friends who were, what I like to call a grateful fat bitch. And being a grateful fat bitch is, and you could be a grateful fat bitch, you know, regardless of, you know, it's just a blanket term. And it's someone who will wait to live their life until they reach a certain place in their life or reach a certain weight in their life. Also, it's someone who will accept things into their life because they feel that that's all they're worthy of. And for so many years, I lived my life under trying to hide myself, trying to make myself as small as possible, which is, according to science, impossible. I'm going to take up this space. And I was getting myself into relationships and into situations that were harmful because I felt that was all I was worthy of, and I was so grateful for the crumbs from other people's plates. So someone told me one day when I was in this relationship with someone, I'm like, oh yeah, they're great, and blah, 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 and this and that. And they're like, are you being a grateful fat bitch? And I'm like, no. And I was totally being a grateful fat bitch, and I saw a lot of other grateful fat bitches around me, and so I would tell them, look, you're being a grateful fat bitch. And they're like, oh, whatever. And so I had to start living my life in a way in which they could not deny that they deserved more. So my activism is one of living my life out loud and allowing myself to be vulnerable in front of people, and being very physical with it and getting in front, like it's easy to strip in front of like other fat people, but I'm at the mainstream crowds like the Supper Club and El Real. I love El Real because they're queer and they're friendly. Yeah. But I travel all around the country, and my picture's out there on the internet, naked. You know, my mom swears I'm trying to kill her. Love you. And it's but that is part of my activism, is believing that I can live a life well lived, regardless of what I look like, or you know, definitely being out there with the color of my skin, making sure that I infiltrate places as a black, fat, queer person, and being like, black, fat, queer person here. I'm not leaving. So, and that's me.